So I'm coming to this guy's defense here. And it's different because back in the day, if you went on a date with somebody, and when I say back in the day, I don't know, let's say before dating apps, before social media, maybe 10, 20 years ago, whatever it is, or even back in the 1950s, if you went on a date with someone and you paid for them, there was a very high likelihood that it was going to go somewhere. But now people have so many options. People are seeing so many people at the same time. I know there's a few outliers here. I think Natasha's one of them. Most people are dating multiple people at a time. So the chances...
How do you do that? Isn't dating exclusive?
Well, when I say date, like to go on a date with a guy.
Oh,
Bro,
I wouldn't consider going a date on a guy to be dating someone. Is that...
Well, this is within the context of a first date.
Just say going on dates with people with multiple people.
Okay, going on dates with people. So there was previously an expectation that if you went on a first date with someone, they probably weren't entertaining a whole bunch of options. But now I know average women, unremarkable women that can have 4 or 5 dates lined up in a week. Easy. Average men can't do that. Average women can. So, and also there's this thing called a foodie call.
I think you invented that word. I'm honest. I've never.
They've done studies on this.
I've never heard of that.
Foodie call. So basically,
I've only heard of that from you.
Well, I am the resource of knowledge on these sort of topics.
Yes.
But so women will go on dates with guys just for free dinner.
Mustang guy.
It's not the majority of women, but it happens. It's happened to me. Girl goes on a date with me, or it could even be, even if it's not a foodie call, it could be, hey, I go on a date with a girl, and then she's just not feeling. There's not a second date.
How about guys just stop buying girls food and do an activity?
I don't do.
Go to the beach.
Mini golfing.
Go to the beach.
So
that's free and fun.
And it's not.
But some girls have an issue with those dates.
Don't.
There are definitely girls that are like,
if she has an issue with that, then she's trying to use you for your money and food.
That's
I
what,
would
that's
love
what
to
women
go to
do.
the beach.
That's what some women do.
I would love to go to the beach.
And I think that's a great date. Or get a coffee, do something low commitment.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to.
I don't do dinner dates.
You don't have
dates.
to do that. Nobody's making you. So stop complaining about women using you for food or whatever.
Honestly, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just put more effort into
there's
coming up with something.
There's so many
different
things that you could do that would be more memorable than getting an expensive meal trying to impress her or something material, then oh, she's a true one. She doesn't care about material things like food or a fancy experience. She just wants to do something memorable.
That's fair enough, but I think
it filters out.
And my recommendation to men, and this has been my stance on this for a long time, first date. First off, I don't even like food dates to begin with, but first date, food, not a good call. You want to do something low commitment. In the event, maybe she's not feeling it, you're not feeling it, meet for an hour, less even. You can always dip. If there's food involved, then they fucking...
Exactly. You got to wait for the
waiter comes, and then the waiter interrupts you while you're having a conversation.
You got to eat, and then you can't get, talk.
Oh, yeah, you're eating.
You look,
that's just weird.
Gross when you eat and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
I just want
it's awkward. Oh, I think this is good.
The food gets cold.
The conversations are so forced on, dinner dates, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like in an activity, a conversation might flow out a little easier.
Yeah.
An activity?
Yeah.
Okay, what's an example of an activity?
Golfing, I swear.
I think
going to a theme park.
But okay, that costs money.
The best one
a theme
for
park
me,
for a first date?
Yeah,
that's extra.
I don't know about that.
Y'all extra.
I think the best one for me is
beach.
A guy taught me how to surf.
Oh, that's so
And I think that was the best thing ever.
I mean, that's pretty extra.
No, it's not.
But it was
whole
He was a surfing
thing.
Instructor. And so I met him at a party, literally the night before, and he was like, come surfing with me tomorrow, you're not gonna come, I know you're not. And then I went. It was literally the best time ever, and it was so fun. I learned how to surf.
So I mean, okay, so here's my thing.
Any money.
There's did you have a wetsuit?
Well, it was his.
What time of year was it?
It was literally...
You are tall, so maybe his wetsuit would have fit. I don't know if you guys see, I have a surfboard behind me. I used to surf all the time. And my whole thing is, honestly, you could take a girl out on a small day But it's just like, you gotta fucking teach her. I mean, it's a good date, but it's like, you gotta get all the boards and it's a whole thing, right? For a first date.
I feel like it's the same thing like surfing with your guys, but you get to talk to a girl.
I don't
like I was holding the surfboard the whole time. Like he wasn't holding it for me. Like I don't know.
But you gotta push her into the waves.
No, he didn't. He just told me what to do.
The first time. So
the first
hold
time.
on. The first wave you ever caught, you paddled into it.
I did.
And you
yes.
stood up and caught it.
I paddled
He didn't
with
push
him.
you.
He didn't push
give
me
you a
or
push.
anything, and I stood up by
Come on.
myself.
Come on.
He just told me how to do it.
Come on.
I'm being serious.
All right, fair enough. That's
like,
pretty.
Why don't you believe me?
I mean, I've taught people to surf, and I mean,
he's a surfing instructor. Yeah.
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 It's a good date, but that's that's a bigger commitment than
no,
just
it's
getting
not.
dinner.
It's not. It was already.
But you
his
gotta
surfboards
bring-
are already in his car.
You got to bring the
He's a surfer
surfboards
boy. He's
to
a
the
surfer boy.
beach. It's
He
a
was
whole
ready.
thing.
He was ready.
They have a wetsuit. You can't, first off, in California, if it's the
not like
winter
he's
time.
putting the wetsuit on me. I was doing it myself.
Yeah, but okay, you're tall.
So?
Okay. Most guys aren't like, here, let me just keep an inventory of like women's sized wetsuits. She's going to be freezing if it's in like any time past October.
Well, okay, so
Even in summer, you need a
he
wetsuit.
lives in a house with a bunch of. This is a very
Okay,
circumstantial. He lives in a house with a bunch of surfers, so he has a bunch of like surfing gear of all different types
Okay,
of
fair
sizes.
enough.
So it's pretty convenient for him.
Yeah, no, I mean surfing.
It's circumstantial, maybe not for you.
I've done that once, but it's just like, honestly, for me, like when I went surfing, I wanted to go alone.
Okay.
So I don't want to take someone
Go alone,
with
Brian.
me.
Not my.
I'm a lone wolf.
Not
Lone-
my problem, Brian. No wonder
But
you're
that's-
still single.
Okay, what about the people that are landlocked, that don't live in a coastal city and there's no waves? Like,
Okay,
that's a whole-
picnic. You
picnic,
don't need to
hiking.
even
Yeah, a
buy
picnic
anything from the
is
store.
sweet.
Get it from your pantry. I know your mom has like some chocolate covered
know
strawberries
her?
or some shit.
She's nice. Okay, so anyways, so okay, I don't know how we got into it. So the whole
Non-coastal people, picnics.
paying on the
Hiking
thing.
is fun.
Hiking is very fun.
I think she should have paid him back.
Huh?
Bro,
Oh,
The
no.
girl, she
we're
should
back
have
to
paid
the
him
invoice
back.
thing.
Paid
She
him
should have
what?
paid him back.
Nah,
What? Yeah,
that's insane.
you would be that type of guy.
Just
bro.
You know what?
take your
You-
damaged
you make-
ego and
you make
move
women
on.
pay on
Friends.
the first day. Like,
It depends. Not always. Depends.
do you go on first dates?
Do I go on? I mean,
Do women like pay for you?
has a woman paid for me?
Yeah. I remember you
I'll
said
tell you
one time
this.
she asked you she gave you a burrito.
A Christian woman, yes, a Christian woman,
And you're
10
so
years
happy.
ago, she asked, I don't even know if she asked me out on a date. I was like, hey, let's meet up sometime. And then she said, let's go this place. Let's go here. I'll pay. And I was like, okay. And she bought me a burrito. The one
Was it good?
time, a burrito. Whereas we had a girl on like 2 shows ago who went, what? Is it time to take your birth control?
Oh my god.
Why would you say that?
I mean, you have an alarm on your
No,
phone.
it's just it's bedtime. It's
okay.
9 o'clock. Time to go to sleep.
Okay. So, anyways, she paid for my burrito. We had a girl on 2 weeks ago, and she was talking about she got offered $1,000 for a Starbucks date, and she took it. She got paid $1,000 just to meet a guy for Starbucks. Now, this was off of a seeking arrangements sort of thing, but like, bruv,
Bruv.
1,000,
Bruv.
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 I love that word.
One time in my life, a girl paid for me.
So proud of you.
Yeah, but she was waiting for marriage, so I was like,
Oh.
you're nice, thank you. Can I pay
Not-
you for the burrito?
Not nice enough.
Can I pay you for the burrito? But she was like, no, it's okay.
So there was no second date.
Well, I mean, she wanted to wait until marriage to have sex, which, hey, good for you, rock and roll. But like, for me, I'm okay.
I'm a turn up.
I'm all right. I'm all right. But maybe I should have taken her up on that. But anyways, yeah, I think, you know what? She should, the lady in that thing, she should have paid him. Because I guarantee you, if you ask her, she's probably like, oh yeah, I'm a feminist. I believe in equality, blah, blah, blah.
But what happens if she doesn't pay? Nothing. Nothing
Yeah,
happens.
she doesn't have to.
Why does she have to pay then?
Because she was provided value. She was provided a benefit. She got a free meal, right?
Yeah, so why does she have to pay?
What do you mean? She should pay her way, right?
Why?
She ate the food. She received the value.
Yes, the free food that he bought for her.
And
Yeah, at the date, yeah.
right, yeah.
Why does she have to pay for it?
Because
Good answer, Brian.
because she probably on the date was not genuinely interested in him. She could have split it right then and there.
But she didn't. Why would you have to?
But so why is it always falling on men?
Well, why didn't he ask her
pay.
to split it at the end? Why did he have to?
Because he was
why
trying to
did he
be
have to?
a gentleman.
Why did he ask her after to split it?
Because
after?
she turned him down, and he spent this money on a date.
What does that matter though? It's not because of the food. It's because of she didn't like your personality or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't like your persona.
Right.
So why does she have to pay?
She doesn't have to pay.
You said she should. So you're not telling me any reasons.
Why? Okay, under those circumstances, why should she?
Why should she pay?
She turned him down. There was no
Out of
romantic.
like courtesy or like what? Just to make him feel better?
He spent money on her as a romantic gesture. She has no romantic interest in him.
Well, she didn't know that until after she met him, right?
I mean, well, we don't know all the details, but
I think we should reach out to the girl.
yeah, we should ask her. Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from this. See, here's the thing. I'm an egalitarian, right? I believe people should pay. It should split. I believe in splitting the bill because you can't be feminist until the check comes. Feminism, equality is not a buffet. You don't get to pick and choose. Oh,
I'm an egalitarian
this.
until I'm drafted.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.